Hello, my beautiful friends. Gabe Elguera here from drumbeatsonline.com, coming to you from behind the desk in front of the cymbal wall, because that's where we do stuff like this. So here's the deal. My band, Prevail, well, we got nominated for 2 frickin' Grammys, and that is blowing my mind right now. So I wanted to create a video about this, but with a few disclaimers first. One, I'm a little bit nervous to make this video because at no point do I want it to seem like I am bragging. YouTube has always just been a platform for me to share with you guys what's going on in my life, like when I would get new gear, or when I would get endorsements, or start a band, or playing at Red Rocks, stuff like that. So this is an opportunity for me to share with you guys what's going on, and hopefully you guys can learn a little something from it as well. Another disclaimer is that this video probably won't have too much drumming in it. Okay, well, I definitely won't be getting emotional in this video.
I'm so happy.
Okay, well, this video definitely won't have me as a 13-year-old drummer playing drums in my underwear, poking myself in the eye with a drumstick. All right, but in all seriousness, in the 6 years that I've been putting out YouTube videos, at no point have I fully shared with you guys my drumming journey. So I thought now would be the perfect time to share with you my story from when I first started playing drums to where I'm at now, being nominated for 2 Grammys, and what that looks like. And my purpose in sharing all of this with you is not only to inspire you to follow your passions to the fullest capacity, but also for you to be able to learn from my mistakes and maybe some of the things that I did right along the way. So let me take you back all the way to where I was a 12-year-old kid getting a drum set for the first time. So taking it all the way back, I first started playing drums when I was 12 years old. And I had no interest in the drums. I just woke up one Christmas morning and there was a drum set there. And being a normal 12-year-old boy, I was stoked about it. Then I just kept playing on it and eventually got lessons a few months down the road. Then when I was 13 years old, I started a band with my older brother. This band was called Lookout Gabe. Now you're probably wondering, why the heck would your band be called Lookout Gabe? Well, because of this. That's right, the band was called Lookout Gabe because when we were recording our first EP, I poked myself in the drumstick with an eye and it hurt really bad. But this experience of playing not only with my brother, but with some of my closest friends and playing live shows was the experience that made me absolutely fall in love with drumming and what it could do. You can do so much more than just playing drums in your room, even though that's so much fun to just do by yourself. When you get together with another group of people playing other instruments, and then you play those collectively in front of other people, that felt like drumming at its fullest form to me. So then by the time I was 15, I started playing in other bands and started experimenting a little bit more with what type of music I was playing. And I'm not gonna lie, at this point in my drumming journey, and maybe for the next 3 years, I would say I had a little too much confidence on the drum set. When I first started playing, drums came really easy to me. So I didn't really practice too much. I just plugged in my headphones and played to as much Blink-182 as I possibly could. And for whatever reason, that came naturally to me. However, the downfall of this was me not realizing that I was neglecting some important skills on the drum set, such as rudiments, techniques, and a whole bunch more. And this all came to a head when I was 18 years old auditioning for one of the big mega churches in my area. And they said no. They said I wasn't good enough to join the band. And this is where I had to take a good hard look at myself, humble myself, and really start practicing the drums. At this point, I started exposing myself to some incredible drummers like Jojo Mayer and Benny Greb, and this helped expand my mind for what could be possible behind the drum kit. And I think this was really, really beneficial for me in my drumming journey to be able to look at some of these other great drummers and expand my mind a little bit. After a little bit more hard work, I ended up re-auditioning for that church band and I made it in. And this was an incredible experience for me because this helped me understand what it was like to be part of a big production where there's lots of people and there's lights and there's other very talented musicians. And this was a great way for me to network with those musicians because they were all playing in different bands as well. So the big lesson I learned here was to not only humble myself and be overly prepared for every single church service, but it also gave me a great opportunity to meet other musicians and try to get out locally as much as I possibly could. So from years 18 to 20, I didn't end up going to college. I ended up working some terrible jobs and trying to play as much drums as I possibly could. Guys, I'm talking about seriously terrible jobs. Some warehouse jobs. Well, you know what? We'll just leave it at that. Now, by the time I was 21 years old, all of the original bands that I was playing in ended up breaking up, which was heartbreaking for me, honestly. I always wanted to just play in a band, but I decided to create a different path for myself. And this is when I started making videos for Drum Beats Online because I wanted to create something that I was in complete control of. So for all of you drummers who are trying to play in a band and it's maybe not working out the way that you want it to, making videos is an incredible way to have a little bit more control of your drumming journey. After about a year of putting videos out on Drum Beats Online, I had about 800 subscribers. To me, at that time, it didn't feel like a lot of people for how much work I was putting into it. You might look at that number and say, that's a lot of people. For me, it wasn't. But just like in drumming, it doesn't always come easy, that first practice session or that first months of practice sessions. Sometimes you just gotta keep pushing forward and keep taking one step at a time. So I continued to put out videos and tried to get myself out there as much as I could. Now by age 23, I tried to diversify my drumming in as many different areas as I possibly could. So I was doing Drum Beats Online, I was playing at churches during the weekend mornings and maybe during their midweek services. I was playing in other bands, I was playing in pop bands, I was playing in country bands, I was playing in rock bands, maybe during some of the nights and weekend nights. And then I was also teaching in-person lessons as well. So between these 4 things, I was actually able to quit my construction job that I was working at the time, which I was so excited about. For the first time in the 11 years that I had been playing drums at that time, I was able to be a full-time local drummer. However, I only made about $9,000 for that entire year. Now, I didn't live with my parents. I was married, I had a mortgage, I had to pay for food. So even though I was only able to play drums, it was tough. I didn't know where it was gonna go or how long I was gonna be able to do it for. Now at 24, I was doing a lot of the same at the beginning of the year, doing a lot of Drum Beats Online, playing in a lot of different bands, but then things started to switch a little bit. At this point, I had more subscribers with Drum Beats Online, so I ended up landing my first endorsement with Meinl, which was a dream come true. That was incredible. And actually at basically the exact same time, I got a phone call from the guys in Prevail. And one thing I forgot to mention is basically at this point in my life and in my career, I'd given up on the dream to play in a band. I was really pursuing the Drum Beats Online thing full time. I didn't ever think that I would actually be able to be in a full rock band. So all that to say is, you never know what's around the corner for you. So then from 24 to 25 to 26, I've been touring around the entire world, which has been insane. It's been amazing. And I've been continuing to do Drum Beats Online because I love it. I love seeing you guys make progress behind the kit. And I want to teach you everything that I'm learning along the way, because this is awesome. Now, it is so hard for me to take like 14 or 15 years of my drumming journey and condense it down into one video. So there's a ton of stuff that I'm missing. Something I wanted to highlight is that 6 years ago, I was playing drums in my basement with not a lot of gig opportunities. And honestly, I was feeling pretty uncomfortable behind the drums, as you can see. And now 6 years later, I'm feeling way more comfortable behind the kit and touring around the world with the band and now going to the Grammys. So again, this does make me a little bit uncomfortable talking about myself in this way and talking about the, I guess, achievement of being nominated for 2 Grammys. I'm absolutely honored, and I literally can't believe it's real. Like, it's so crazy to me to think that I will be there. But what I want to share with you is that this stuff can happen, and you can do this stuff. You just saw the video of me 6 years ago. It wasn't great, but you can invest the time into yourself to pursue what you wanted to pursue. You got to put in the time, you got to put in the effort. And I did. I worked really hard on the drums, and thankfully I got an amazing opportunity. And if I didn't, I would keep doing what I'm doing right now, the Drum Beats Online thing. I'm loving that, absolutely loving it. But I just want to say that I am so thankful for you guys joining me on my journey. I want to help you in your journey as much as I possibly can. So let's frickin' vlog the Grammys. I want to take you guys every step of the way with me, and this is gonna be insane. So I apologize if this felt pretentious. I really am just trying to inspire you guys and say that you can do this. I'm just a dude from the suburbs of Michigan, and I am absolutely blown away and honored by the nominations and this next chapter in, I guess, my drumming career. That's really cool. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. You guys are awesome. You can do this as long as you stay true. And thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everyone. Oh God, that happens every time. Every time. The microphone's caught under the seat. Got it. Come on now.